Hello everyone, good day and welcome back. This is Dr. Edward Padama at ngayon ang pag-uusapan natin sa ating series ng practical research for high school ay yung tinatawag nating sampling method in qualitative research. So ito ay ang pangatlong video sa series natin ng practical research 1 for high school students. So kung napanood nyo yung mga naunang videos, especially the previous one, ang diniscuss doon ay yung tinatawag nating population and sample. Population and sample, yung video number 2 natin. So, I would advise you to watch the first two videos before you proceed with this video. Kasi ito yung kadugtong niya. Ito naman ay yung sampling method. Ito yung paraan naman ng pagkuha o iba't ibang paraan ng pagkuha, pagpili ng mga samples na gagamitin ninyo sa qualitative research. So again, before we start, please don't forget to subscribe and follow my YouTube channel and my TikTok account at Doc Ed Padama. So pareho po ng pangalan yan. And then there are videos that can help you in writing your research paper from chapter 1 to chapter 5 hanggang sa research defense. While on TikTok, may mga short videos tayo answering questions, queries, or inquiries regarding research writing. Okay, going to our main discussion. Sa sampling methods, this is divided or categorized or grouped into two. Ito yung tinatawag nating probability sampling and non-probability sampling. So, yung non-probability sampling, dito tayo magfo-focus, ito yung mga sampling methods na pwede nyong gamitin sa qualitative research ninyo. Pero ipe-present din natin yung probability sampling method which is usually used naman and utilized sa quantitative research. So, ang sampling method is defined as there are two types of sampling methods. Ito yung sinabi natin kanina, probability sampling, which is defined as the involvement of random selection allowing you to make strong statistical inferences about the whole group. So, ibig sabihin, itong probability sampling ay gumagamit ng random sampling para magkaroon ng equal opportunity lahat ng respondent sa population na mapili and mas malakas yung statistical inference niya na mag-represent. Ibig sabihin, kapag itong ginagamit ninyo, mas malaking possibility na yung kinuha ninyong sample represents the whole population. Okay. On the other hand, yung non-probability sampling involves opposite non-random. Non-random and there's a possibility na hindi nyo makukuha yung representation ng population. So it uses non-random and there's a probability that you will not be able to get the anong tawag doon, yung representation of the whole population. Okay. So this is based on convenience or other criteria that we will be discussing. Actually, yung i-discuss natin is already presented dyan sa illustration on the right side of your screen, allowing you to easily collect data. Okay, so one of the purpose of and characteristic of non-probability sampling method is mas madaling mag-collect ng data and yung convenience talaga nandoon. So you'll find out why later on. Now, ano-ano itong probability sampling method? So, ang difference niya sa non-probability is this. I've already mentioned this earlier. Sabi ko sa unang part ng discussion natin. Every member of the population, yung totality ng respondents ninyo, yung kabuuan, has an equal chance of being selected in the study. So may chance lahat na mapili kasi walang sistema, walang pattern ng pagpili. Okay? But again, that is not literally what we mean by yung sa probability. There are probability sampling methods that implement systems like systematic planning, but still there is a possibility and a probability na makuha o magkaroon ng chance lahat na makuha doon sa sample respondents ninyo. Okay. So the next one is what we call the non-probability sampling method. This, again, is the opposite of probability. It does not involve random process of selecting participants. Therefore, yung inference niya of representing, statistical inference niya of representing the whole population would be lower. Okay. Next is we move on doon sa iba't ibang klase ng probability and non-probability. But again, we are just going to go through the different types of probability sampling method because we are going to focus naman doon sa non-probability para ito sa qualitative research ninyo. So ano-ano yung iba't ibang probability sampling method? Nandyan yung simple random, systematic sampling, stratified sampling, and cluster sampling. If you want to know the detailed discussion nitong probability sampling method versus non-probability sampling method, I have a video uploaded for that in my YouTube channel. The title is Population Sampling and Sampling Method. The title of the video is Population Sampling and Sampling Method. So, dinidiscuss doon generally yung mga sampling methods, population, sample, for both quantitative and qualitative research. Okay, the next part would be the other group, which is non-probability sampling method. So, non-probability sampling method involves convenience, quota, purposive sampling or judgment, and snowball sampling. We are going to discuss all of this later on in our video. So, non-probability sampling method. So, yung sampling method ay yung paraan na ginagamit ninyo kung paano nyo pipiliin yung mga samples ninyo from the population as represented by the illustration on the right side of your screen. So, paano ito mga paraan na ito? Number one, convenience sampling. Convenience sampling, by definition, is perhaps the easiest way or the easiest method of sampling. Why? Because participants are selected based on their availability and willingness to take part. Kung sino lang yung gustong mag-participate, yung pumayag at yun nga, willing and available to participate and answer your instrument, they will be the participants of your study. So obviously, if they do not want to participate, you cannot force them, and then they will not be considered as part of your sample of the study. So that is what we call convenience sampling. The second is quota sampling. From the term quota, you set a specific number. Okay, this method of sampling is often used by market researchers. Interviewers are given quota, yung magko-collect ng data, are given a specific number of respondents to collect, okay, to gather data with. So, of a specified type to attempt to recruit. So, bibigyan ka ng specific number for this particular area, kailangan makakuha ka ng ganito, and so on and so forth. So, for example, an interviewer might be told to go out and select 20 adult men, 20 adult women, 10 teenage girls, and 10 teenage boys so that they could interview them about their television viewing if that is the subject of interest o kung yun yung pinaka-topic or issue ng research na ginagawa nila. So that is what we call quota sampling. The next type of non-probability sampling method is what we call the purposive sampling or judgment sampling. So this is defined as selective or subjective sampling. This technique relies on the judgment of the researcher. Yung nag-gather ng data, yung nagsusulat ng researcher, yung interviewer, sila ang magde-decide kung sino yung magiging respondents ng kanilang study. When choosing who to ask to participate, researchers may implicitly thus choose a representative sample to suit their needs or specifically approach individuals with certain characteristics. So basically, the center of the concept pag sinabi nating purposive sampling or judgment sampling, would be the choice of the researcher, the choice of the interviewer based on the judgment ng researcher na this particular characteristic of the respondent should be able to address or satisfy the need of the research. So halimbawa, nakita ko siya, feel ko ito may characteristic na ganyan. At ito na-observe ko na ganito siya. So can you answer the following questions? So this is what we call purposive sampling or judgment sampling. The next one, last but not the least, is what we call snowball sampling. So snowball sampling is similar to what we call networking. So binary, from one respondent, mag-re-refer siya ng dalawa, and from those two, mag-ask ka ulit ng referral to another other respondents hanggang sa dumami ng dumami yung respondents ninyo. That is why it's called snowballing. From one small snowball, kapag umikot yan, lumalaki siya ng lumalaki. So by definition, snowball sampling is a method commonly used in social sciences when investigating hard-to-reach groups. So, minsan, hindi mo matsempuhan, you cannot get the proper time and schedule of the respondents. So, kailangan kung sino yung nandun, interviewin ninyo, and then you ask for a referral for the next individual na pwede nyo namang interviewin na may kaparehong characteristic dun sa in-interview ninyo. Okay? So, again, going back to the definition, existing subjects are asked to nominate, refer further subjects to know them. So, the sample increases like a rolling snowball. That's why we have the snowball sampling. For example, when carrying out a survey of risk behavior among intravenous drug users, tinutusok, participants may be asked to nominate other users because you cannot readily identify kung sino yung user, non-user ng intravenous drugs. So, ang nakakakilala nun would obviously yung gumagamit. And then, after that, mag-expand na yung respondents ninyo. Okay, so, this is where we end our discussion again regarding sampling method used in qualitative research. And again, I would like to thank you for joining me this day. And again, I would also like to ask for your help to please subscribe, promote, and refer the channel sa YouTube channel natin sa mga classmates, friends, colleagues ninyo na nagsusulat din ng research or they have these problems in writing research. Our channel would definitely be able to help them. Ganon din po sa ating TikTok account. Both of them are under Doc Ed Padama. And then at the sides of your screen, you're going to see videos that you can use in writing your research. So at the lower right, nandiyan naman yung icon natin na when you click that, you would be able to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So again, thank you very much and stay safe. God bless. See you on our next video series on practical research 1 for high school students. Bye!